This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey there, it's Brian Sebastian. Movie reviews and more live on Talk 4 Media, TV, radio, and podcasting, K4HD radio and podcasting, streaming live worldwide on all the platforms, over 100 platforms around the world. Rob, did you know that? Just in case you didn't know that. Yeah. And the thing about this is, it's almost an all Irish show. So also, streaming live on Worldwide TV Network, IT247 out of Franklin, Tennessee. Got to represent Tennessee, right, my Tennessee people? Peeps, obviously. And it's all about authors. It's all about musicians. It's all about designing and creating and being Irish. Irish. I can say I'm Black Irish. Renee, I don't know what you are, but we're going to claim you as Irish tonight anyhow. So the thing about this, I always like everybody to introduce yourself. Say Renee's a speaker. Renee, you get to go first. Tell us who you are and where you're coming from.
My name is Renee Reich, and I am in Southern California. I am a transformational life coach, and I am really happy to be here. I want to thank you. I am a 4 times number one best-selling author for Finding Your Voice, Unlock Your Chains, and Unleash Your Greatness. And the audio version just came out last Wednesday. I'm proud to be able to lend my voice to it after being told in 2013 I may never be able to speak again. So to be able to do my own audiobook was a real gift, and I'm happy to share it out into the world today with all of you.
And the first person out of Tennessee, Lynn Eldridge. My friend just started reading your book. I don't know if she started it early this morning. She finished it, and she said she loved it. So that's a great thing. So from your book is going to be passed to Rob and Pam, and so they're going to read it next. That's why I'm not holding it. Usually I hold it. Talk about who you are and where you're coming from, because we met in Tennessee at Women in Film and Television.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I am Lynn Eldridge. I am in Franklin, Tennessee, just south of Nashville. My book is Bipolar to Beloved, transformational journey back to sanity. And my Audible was just released today. Woohoo! Yay! I'm grateful for that. And I'm a speaker, a motivational coach, and teacher, author. I just want to get the word out that mental health is an option most of the time. So grateful to be here. Thanks so much.
So, and with that, we got to keep it in Tennessee. So, Sonny Brown, you got to have some comedy because of all the stuff that goes on. If you can't laugh, then what are we doing, right?
That's exactly right. Hi, Brian. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Sonny Brown, and I am a comedian and entertainer and humor writer. And yes, even with all the things that go on daily that assault us and think, well, there's nothing to laugh at. I think really we have to laugh, and it's not minimizing problems, but I think laughter can help us deal with them. So there are times when I think, oh gosh, is really comedy, the thing to give, even though that is my gift to give. And I come back to it every time. We have to laugh. And so I'm happy to be able to provide that.
And also from Tennessee, Howard is having some problems coming down. So when he comes down, I'll have him talk about what he's doing. So obviously, Terry Marie from Nonstop. from Redondo Beach, California, one of our co-hosts. Rob Wilson from Niantic, Connecticut. He's here. He's been added to movie reviews and more. He's going to represent Connecticut, our hometown for us. Rachel Roberts from Houston, Texas. Rachel, we might have a little surprise for you that we just saw outside Rob's house because there's always something going on here. Last but not least, Claire, I had to save you for last. Award-winning musician, singer-songwriter. I love that. You know, I forgot what the song was. It made me cry. I listened to it twice today. I think it was called, if I remember correctly, I Care. I've got so much stuff going on in my mind.
I hate to see him crying. This is the problem. So if you can do that, Claire, it's a wonderful thing. You know,
it was the lyrics. It was the lyrics that touched me, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I starting to cry? But it kind of goes back to the theme of the show: mental illness, wellness, everything like that. So Claire, talk about you, because we all saw you. Renee didn't see you, but we all saw you in Nashville, Tennessee at Women in Film and Television. And I've been telling Rob about you ever since I got to his house over a week ago. I had no idea I was going to stay this long in Connecticut, but I've been having so much fun here. Obviously, all the Irish people, so I had to start someplace. Claire, talk about your music, why it's important, as that singer-songwriter who is an award winner too.
Yeah, so I predominantly use my platform now for all things mental health. I basically went through a lot during my own life, anxiety, bouts of depression, different abuse, and there's just been a number of things, and I never had really a voice that I could look up to or lean in on. And so I truly God has put me through my life's journey and continues to put me through it, to be that voice and inspiration for those that are going through things right now, or will go through. And you know, more males tell me they cry, actually, which is, in my mind, it's beautiful, because I think emotion is something that everybody should be able to possess and not be stigmatized over, especially amongst males. So, yeah, I'm just using my lyrics, my music, my platform to connect with people on this mental health awareness journey that we seem to have to continue to, you know, make more apparent. So, yeah. So thank you all for doing what you do as well, because we collectively as a group need to do that.
So Renee, think about this. It was her voice that I saw. It was her presence that I saw. And I said, I need to talk to this woman. And she was in a rush because she had another gig to get to. I'm like, she's not getting out of here unless I get her name and number. So, remember me and Edie coming up, my southern mom coming up and saying,
I do. I hate it
because she was with a couple other women, and she was so powerful. I had to get her number. It's not because she was hot or sexy or anything like that. Well, that added to the mix too. But it really was the power.
What are you talking about? Look at that hair.
It really was the power of her voice.
Who has that? Nobody has that. If I had that, I'd be number one.
DJ, let's show a couple photos of what she looks like.
Oh God.
Look at that.
Hey DJ, let's you've got a couple photos of Claire to show? There we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh, these are great.
I love that picture.
That's a 1950s deal.
All right.
That's awesome.
Rosie. I'm blessed. I work with some great photographers.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. So Claire, we're coming back to you, because talk about losing your voice. Renee, you got to talk about this. You being that 4-time best-selling author, talk about how you lost your voice. Anytime a woman loses her voice, she's lost her power. So you and I met on the phone talking about a friend who's going through what you went through.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brian. Yeah, 2013, while I was working in corporate America, I got really, really sick. I was running around taking care of multi-million-dollar teams, except for that girl looking back at me in the mirror. I was more concerned and consumed with everybody else's happiness and satisfaction than my own. And I truly believe that the physical loss of my voice manifested from the metaphoric loss of my voice in life. I was looking for outside validation for inner self-worth and people pleasing and the fear of judgment and the limiting beliefs and the low self-worth and low self-esteem or no self-esteem. And ultimately, I had no voice in which to speak. And I remember laying in the ER on the gurney, and I still had a little voice left. And I said, "Am I contagious?" This doctor, and I wrote it in my book, he looked down on me. And I say the word look down on me because I was looked down upon, I felt. And he said, "Oh, you're highly contagious. You can't be with the public." And, people are to me like water to a plant. So I was just suffocated because I had no voice and my vocal cords were riddled with sores like razor blades and steak knives going down my throat 24/7. It was the most pain I've ever endured, so much so that I didn't want to live anymore. And talk about, the mindset and depression. I fell into a very deep depression because I was not allowed out of my four walls. That it became a four wall of hell that I was living in because I had no voice. Doctors had no cure. And it was like, what is this sentence? What did I do wrong? And I didn't even know. And I really, I go on these different shows and I really wish I could tell everybody I did so much inner work and I journaled and I did meditation. I did none of it. I wasn't spiritual. I knew none of that. I just really wanted, if I could have unzipped my skin and flown away, I would have. I prayed to go home to God. I prayed to get out of this life. I didn't want to live anymore. It was too painful.
How long did that last?
It lasted I was going to say good for it, but nothing was good about it. It lasted a very long and painful 4 months. And it was really losing my voice was the journey in the beginning of finding my voice.
Oh,
So
wow.
with that, Lynn, we got to go to you now because Renee, tell us what the name of the book is. Go ahead.
Finding your voice, unlock your chains, and unleash your greatness. I'm going to say briefly that, like I said, losing my voice was that beginning of finding it, even unbeknownst to me at the time. But unlock your chains, unleash your greatness. It was the chains I was bound up were my very own, and the greatness is also my own. I just didn't know it. And so many people out there don't know that either.
All right, so Lynn, your story is very interesting. Lynn is also one of our sponsors. So here's the other thing, girls. She needs help with her social media. So it's our job to help each other. It's all about you women helping each other, right? Because, hey, we're just behind the scenes now. You guys are taking the lead on all of these things. Right, Terry?
Yes.
All right, so Lynn, let's talk about this because before you were hidden away, you were doing what?
Before I was hidden away,
Yeah.
I was in some very, very, very dark places because I lived in a really bad neighborhood and it was all between my ears. You know what I mean? And I was always looking for something outside of me to fix a problem that was a heart condition, a soul condition. You know, talk about no self-worth. I believe the voices that were spoken over me from broken people, because hurt people. And, they weren't cruel people. They believed the same things about themselves that were taught to me, perhaps, So I believed I was an idiot. I believed there was something wrong with me. And I internalized these things. I didn't understand why I was so sad. And so I thought, well, if I find the right job, if I get the right band, if I get when I get the right house, if when I'm in the right city, it was always something outside of me. And no matter where I was, what I got, it was never enough. And it just, the self-destructive behavior just couldn't be fed enough. I couldn't feed those demons enough. And the alcohol, the drugs, the party was over. You know what I mean? And all that was left was self-hate and depression and suicidal thinking. So, I was diagnosed bipolar, and some people say, well, that was probably a misdiagnosis. No, my great-grandfather was in a mental institution of the state of Illinois. Great-grandfather on my other side of the family in Oklahoma of the story is somebody shot him. He was so insane, and they didn't even do an investigation. I've got a family history of people committed to mental institutions in and out of treatment centers. It's a generational pattern, the same words, thoughts, attitudes, and lies I believe that limited me came from the generations before me. And until I learned that there's a better way and that there is nothing wrong with me, I am loved, lovely, and I can become lovable if I quit, trying to destroy myself and everyone in front of me. So just like hurt people, hateful people. And hate's addictive. Hate triggers dopamine. And when you get those negative emotions, then you got to hate a little bit more next time to feed that drives you, right? But, peace is addictive too. It's a much better way to live, and there aren't any consequences to that. So I'm a firm believer in what you sow, you reap. What you do comes back to you. You can call it karma. You can call it whatever you want to. Spiritual laws, you cannot break them any more than the laws of gravity. And it doesn't matter if you believe in them. It doesn't matter if you believe in gravity. I just won't get in a plane with you. So it's
Lynn,
to learn.
Show your book. Show that book.
Bipolar to Beloved.
So Claire, going to you. The song was "I Swear." Really, really emotional. It made me think of Lynn. It made me think of what's going on. And so when we saw you perform, your voice is what really touched me, which is why I had to run. I couldn't wait to run to this, to the stage and find your information, because I was thinking of Lynn. She had just given us this book. Terry was there. Obviously, Sonny was there. Rachel was there. And Howard was there. And it was so emotional. Talk about "I Swear," why those lyrics are important. And then we're going to show a music video after that.
Yeah. So "I Swear," I just released a couple months ago. I wrote it back in 2020. I was in a frame of mind that day that I wrote it. I was feeling a bit emotional. We were on our first or second lockdown. I think it was the first lockdown, and the world was in such a hurting place. And I was lying in my bed, which I don't do a lot of, really, really not knowing what was going to happen. And a voice said to me, just grab your pen and grab a paper, write what's coming. Literally, it was just as simple as that. And I always think of this song, I'm like a conduit and a vessel from the Lord that spoke to me, and I couldn't write fast enough. The song was literally written in 8 minutes. And I had a melody, and I ran up to my piano and just literally just recorded it there and then. And I took it to my team, obviously, and we actually made a record out. But that song seems to be the one that a lot of people have said, either people who have committed suicide, have contemplated it, and then didn't. And those stories are it makes the song. This song is what I call my mental health awareness song. And even I tell people if you just take a line from it, and sometimes it speaks to me. Sometimes I actually need to hear my own words. So I've just been so blessed. So I can't take the credit for the song. I am just a vessel to it. And I tell everybody I sing it to, it's a gift from God, legit. I've decided now I'm going to start a music video for it next month. And it's picked up an award, and it's up for another award this year. And not what I do, but at least it's maybe getting it just out to the world, because that's what I want this song to do. I want it to be able to connect with somebody who can hear it and realize they're not alone in their struggle.
Hey DJ, can you show that short clip of one of Claire's songs? And then we're going to go Rob, Terry, Sonny, Rachel.
through life without giving or knowing what it's like to.
So Terry, that song made me think of you. All right, so Terry, tell them what you do.
Fitness competitor, red carpet host, and now I am an NFT creator, and I have minted my first 5 NFTs. I'm working with Carl, who works with us on the show. We partnered together, so I can now officially talk about it. So the project is called Nonstop Conspiracy Farm, and it is a group of different animal characters, and I'm going to be writing a story about it. It's kind of dark. It's not really a kid's thing. It's basically each character represents a different kind of personality of human traits. I studied psychology in college, so I kind of use some of these different personality traits in these characters. And then it's based on different conspiracy theories, but I've made my own story about it. So kind of the basis is that the pigs kind of control the farm, but they don't really control the farm because the goat controls the farm. And the goat tries to convince the pigs to have the rabbits seduce the sheep, so that he can have ultimate power over all of them. So it's got some twists and turns. This is one of my sheep. This is the gamer sheep or Bender sheep. As you can see, he's got his cell phone and he's got his Nintendo box and his earphones, and all he does is play video games all day. So there's a different each of the artwork is original. So there's rabbits, pigs, sheep, goats, horses, but each piece is original and each piece has its own personality. So you can find them on OpenSeas, and then if you type in Nonstop Conspiracy Farm, you can find them that way. And I will be launching a website in the next 2 weeks.
All right, Rob, tell him who you are. Tell him why I'm still here at his house in Connecticut.
Because he can't stop himself from staying here. He hasn't been on vacation in 20 years, so this is the biggest vacation. He got to see his dad. They went to lunch. They had a good time. Hadn't seen him in how many? 12 years. So that was a huge deal. We went to our reunion, which he has laryngitis from because he couldn't stop talking. But as we know, he is what he is, and you guys all know that.
Enough about me. Tell him who you are.
Well, me, I'm taking care of you is what I'm doing. Sunday, we had lobsters. He hadn't had a lobster in 15 years, so he actually put the lobster in the pot and cried because
I did not cry.
You cried. Anyway, he didn't cry. But the point is, he's had a wonderful chance to be out of somewhat of the limelight and enjoy himself. And he's going to go see his mom tomorrow. I'll take him to the airport, and
then we're coming back here next June. And I'm going to invite all of you guys to come back and have an official book signing for you authors. And based on Claire's schedule, I don't know what it's going to cost me, but Claire's worth having. I'd like to put us on the schedule for next June. Let's see what's happening.
Claire, let's put you in the we have a McCook's Park, and there's a what do you call it? The dome thing.
Oh yeah, it's actually nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. You could do a concert, and we would find a way to do it. Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, he's a former police officer, and he's done everything here. Everybody knows who he is, and I call him Rob Funny Man Wilson because Rob makes me laugh. And we were drummers. We had one of the best bands here in Connecticut.
But this was supposed to be Irish night, so this is what I'm doing.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Here we go.
There you go.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
So with that, we got to go to Rachel, because Rachel, all of a sudden, she's been going through things now. It's day number 3. She's got blue, purple, or whatever hair it is, which is kind of, actually looks nice.
What's
Let
on
me
the
tell my
bottom
own
there?
story,
Is
Brian.
it blue or is it? It is kind of blue.
It's
green,
I know her glasses
like a
look
jade.
blue, but what is it? Greenish?
Yeah, they
Kinda
match.
Green?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
like
looks
a
lovely.
blue, green. Thank you. So my name is Rachel Roberts, and I'm Rachel Roberts Recipes here in Houston. I do coffee talk in the mornings, and I'm also co-host for Movie Reviews and More since December of 2021, and I love every minute of it. Thank you, Brian. I really enjoyed my time with Brian too. So I know you're having a good time, Rob. He's helping out, I'm sure, right? He's helping you out with gardening and cooking lobsters and I know.
No, I helped clean Rachel's house. I'm not doing anything here.
He doesn't do shit here.
Oh,
He just
sort
eats.
into this thick then, because I got doing all sorts of stuff around here. So let me tell
He
you
eats,
what
walks
happened.
around,
So
and talks on the
last
phone.
week- Oh yeah, a lot of talking. He's a talker. That's why he
Not
has
even-
learned this, because he talks, not talk.
The man can
When
talk.
he's not
That's for
doing
sure.
this, he's talking. Yeah. So, well, last weekend I had a really good weekend, fun with my girls, who are all moms, but when they're not, they're also very crazy and wild. And one of them had a pool party, Shannon, and it was, I mean, we drank, we pulled out there's slip and slides, there's crazy things happening, and trampolines, and it's nuts. So the next day, we all had colored hair, which is supposed to wash out, but it has not washed out. So I decided that was Saturday. I decided on Sunday, I am going to reset every now and then. I reset myself. So I don't drink. I eat super clean. I've got to back up, like, I've got to stop crazy. So I even gained like 10 pounds over what I'm normally weighing. So what I'm doing, it's today's day 3. So what I've been doing is eating super clean and no drinking, which if you guys know me, it's, my whole thing is eat clean, drink a little dirty. No drinking dirty. Just eat the clean stuff. So
listen, when you're done with the look, the 2 of us are going there.
Yeah, exactly. You know how it is. After Brian and having him here, we were going out like every single night. It was parties and drinks and events. It was so much fun. But now
we were being safe, though, too. That's most important. We were being safe.
Yes. Right. So, well, anyway, so one thing that I've made that I wanted to share with you guys is this. If anybody out there, if any of y'all have ever done keto, then y'all probably know what this is. It's the beef and the butter. So when you gain weight and you want to lose a little weight, or if you stall in a diet, this works. It looks like cat food, but it's delicious. Actually, it's ground beef, and you put like a dollop of butter on top. And the butter, the fat, it keeps you from feeling hungry. So I eat this I do coffee in the morning, and then I have my beef with the butter, and then I have it again, or I'll have something else that's clean. I cooked yesterday salmon with a little grilled shrimp on top, and lots of Topo Chico. So this is my no more cocktails. Water. So sure.
I thought it was Heineken. I wasn't sure.
I know.
Yeah, so Sunny. Can't talk about Sunny. Sunny was introduced to me by all of us in Tennessee, and I found her funny. And her husband is just the nicest guy too. We got to talk about your husband. Why? What makes him world renowned? And then Sunny. It's always sunny. It really is sunny. It's raining sunny. It's all the above because she's from Alabama, so she's a comedian, actress, and I think she's got that one-woman show, and I think we have to go see her in Alabama, like December 1st, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me on here, Brian. Yes, it was wonderful to meet all of you up in Nashville at the Nashville Women in Film and Television. And I thank Edie, our mutual friend Edie, who's really like a mentor to me, for getting me involved up there. Yes, my husband, he's so much nicer than me. That's what I always tell our kids. You're so lucky. He's the nice one. But yes, I can relate to a lot of things that all of you were saying, Claire and Lynn and Renee. And because I actually am a late bloomer. I did not even know I was funny till I was 47 years old. I did not write my first funny thing or say until I was 47. And I had a real epiphany. So I'm a late bloomer. And Claire, when you were saying how your song just came to you, that was my epiphany. I wrote for 4 days. And when it was over, I had comedy. And it was a very spiritual experience. And and it just pivoted my whole life. And I'm so in awe of being a comedian, even though I was always sort of witty. That's from my that's a part of my one woman show, An Invisible Woman, the disappearing act of a woman over 50. And it's about how society is always trying to make women of a certain age, sort of disappear from society. And that you can't really read it, but I was talking one night. I was looking at everything I was using, and it was to minimize my pores and erase my lines and do my wrinkles, and totally, make me disappear. I was like, no wonder women over 50 feel invisible. They're really trying to erase us, So it's really my humor. I have a lot of really just funny. But it is social, sort of social.
And I love you. I love that.
I'm sorry.
I love you, and I love that. You are awesome, Sunny.
Well, thank you. So are you, and everybody here. So I'm, just thrilled to be in such esteemed company. And but yeah, it's been a journey, which life is, and I love making people laugh, and I love that my gift is humor and laughter and can relate to so many things. And I laugh easily. I love to laugh, and I have great fun being on stage, making people laugh, and hearing that laughter come back to me. And sometimes when I wonder, is that really, I'm not a brain surgeon, even though I say I am a brain surgeon. I get inside your head and mess around with things.
That's awesome.
But laughter.
So you haven't had a cloudy day.
Oh, there's a dark side to Sunny. I call it sunny at night. But no, it is. I think humor is very important for mental health. Our health. If you can't laugh at things and yourself and take a break, then I think it's going to be harder. Your day is going to be harder. So when I have people come up to me and say, I needed that laugh. Yes. Thank you so much. I can relate. It makes me feel good too.
Hey, Renee, talk about this. When you got your voice back and you became a 4-time award-winning author, what was going through your mind?
It wasn't as quickly as it just sounded from what you said. The voice coming back was from 2013 to 2014. And then it was about 4 or 5 years after being released from that corporate America job where I got sick, that it literally came to me like a knock on the head. I started thinking about the pain I experienced when I lost my voice. And I literally said to myself, why are you thinking about this? And I think it's because I was in another dark place, because losing my voice was very, very painful. And then losing a job of 25 years, a quarter of a century, that I poured blood, sweat, and tears into, they were releasing everybody that was in my position. So I was in the same kind of dark place going, what do I do now? And then it came to me about the book, and a friend of ours, of our family, when I was talking to her, she said, you should write a book. She's now in heaven with my best friend, my dad, and some, amazing people. And I said, how can I possibly write a book? I mean, I was looking for work. Who has time to write a book? And I'd never written one before. But I realized I can look for work and write a book because I had a story to tell. And I had seen so many other of my friends, entrepreneurs, out there on social media writing first and second, and even third. And I'm like, I have a story. This is something that's not about me, but it's going to serve other people. And I am a vessel now with a voice to give, to serve, and to share my story, and to have it on audio that shows the resiliency and the overcoming that I was able to do and achieve. That others in this world can do the same if they just have faith and believe in themselves. And it doesn't come right away. I have my best friend believed in me. My mom, I'm at her house right now. I'm grateful she's still with me. And you have to have people in your corner who truly believe in you. And sometimes it takes others to show you your own value until you start believing in yourself, to surround yourself with those like-hearted people. I don't say like-minded, because if we're not in the right mindset, it's not going to happen. So I say like-hearted souls who believe in you sometimes more than you believe in yourself, and to show you that there is that light at the end of the tunnel, and you are so much more than you think you are, and you're stronger than you know. So having this book out there and now having the audio version of it, I am here to serve others in a great way with a greater voice. I come from a leadership background, but the first and foremost things, we have to be the CEO, which we are of our own life, and to be the leader so others can follow in our footsteps and to create that legacy in this world. And I'm so grateful to have a voice. I created a voice blueprint. We have this blueprint in life. Brian and beautiful ladies, Terry and Claire and Rachel and Sunny and Lynn. We have this blueprint that we come to with our own unique blueprint. I created a voice print because we also have our own unique voice print. And that takes women and CEOs from vulnerability to empowerment in the journey of finding your voice.
So DJ, let's show Lynn, because she's got this clip, kind of where she came from. And obviously, Renee, it wasn't easy doing that. You have to put that in there too. Nothing comes easy, no matter what anybody says.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct.
Beloved is a word I'd never heard before. I was rejected. I was not good enough. I was a disappointment. I was a bother. I believed I was the problem. Therefore, I became full of self-hate. I was unloved. I was broken. I was full of anxiety, depression, addiction, bipolar, eating disorders, and self-destruction. When I was 8 years old, a friend's mother called me precious. From that day on, I wanted to hang out at my friend's house, but with her mother. Nobody had ever called me precious. For decades, being called precious was outweighed by the negative voices in my life. But I found the antidote. One day I learned that I'm God's beloved. I'm my beloved and he's mine. It's a love story. It's his story. And I'm in it because he chose me. What he says is true. Anything else is a lie. He's not angry with me. He's not disappointed with me. He's pursuing me. He's ravished by one look from me. He's not too good to be true. He's so good that he is true. I'm not rejected. I'm accepted by my beloved. Bipolar doesn't own me. Eating disorders do not own me. I belong to him. And in his love, there's healing. There's freedom. There's joy. If he did this for me, imagine what he can do for you. He sees us as his beloved children. He is well pleased with us. We are forgiven. We are beloved.
So I love that. That's really beautiful. So when I saw that today, I'm like, we got to show this some kind of strange way. Lynn, talk about that really quickly, and then we go to Claire on a little bit of her song.
Well, the truth is, I just believed a lie about myself. It's been a journey for me. I even believed the lies about God. I thought he was being angry, critical, condemning, judging, and punishing. And I had a woman at a treatment center look at me and say, "Is that God or is that you?" So I learned that the judgments I made against the authority figures in my life, I ended up becoming just like them. And I assigned those judgments to everybody I knew, including God. And what I didn't know is I was created to carry love, to be loved, to show love. And anything else was shored out and kill off my brain matter. And seriously, then I can't function. That's it. That's just not how we were created to function. It doesn't matter how many rights you have to be angry. Forgiveness is key, freedom, and I just had to learn some new ways. So thank you so much for all y'all. Your stories are magnificent, and thank you for sharing. It's an honor to be here.
So DJ, let's show a little bit, about 30 seconds of Claire's video of that. And then Claire, I'm giving you a question in advance. What is it like to be an award winner? And what was the first award that you won?
It's not a race. As long as you get where you're going, it's not always easy. Living life not knowing what's on the other side. Close your eyes. Promise, don't be afraid. Dream of the better times to come and just keep the faith.
So Claire, that's the song that made me cry twice today.
Well, I think, like I said, if you are showing emotion, and it shows you're a real person, and it shows that you're allowing yourself to heal, because tears are transformational. So yeah, I'm sorry that it makes you cry, but also it means it's doing what it's meant to do.
No, it was a good thing because I didn't know about it. I was like, oh, I'm just going to play this one. I'm like, oh, I had to stop. I'm like, wow, this is pretty deep. I thought of Terry. I thought of a lot of people that aren't here anymore. All of that.
Kind of had a Star Wars thing with the
I
video.
made that myself. So that I'm actually doing.
Oh no, but it was wonderful.
It was
wonderful to watch. Claire, you couldn't keep up with it. You know what I mean?
Claire, talk about this too. You do a lot of things by yourself. It's not easy, is it?
Everything you see that's me is done by me. So that's why not everything is fabulous, because I do the job. These are not my fortes. Like, it takes me hours to do something a professional would do in seconds. So but God's timing. So I'm just waiting on the perfect team to come along and help with the process. But until then, it's just me, myself, and I.
And then here's the other thing. All right, so we got a photo of of Terry to show. Terry, talk about where you were last week after last week's show.
Got to go to the Game On Gala for ESPYs. Our friend Max put it on, where Lee Steinberg was hosting. So it was really fun. I always have a good time on the red carpet. So that was last Friday.
Yep, and you got a birthday coming up. Happy early birthday!
Yeah, Saturday.
Here's a Saturday. Mine's tomorrow.
Yeah, Leo. Thank you.
And I don't know if we have anything of Rachel Roberts. We got any pics of Rachel? What did she make?
Yeah, my birthday's coming up too, August 14th. We got a bunch of Leos in the room.
Yeah.
Your birthday, Rachel, is the same
August
as
14th?
my daughter's. August 14th.
It is?
Yeah.
Aww.
I'm March.
Oh, you're March. Please tell
I'm
me.
the greatest month of the year.
Yeah.
First day of spring, March 20th. So you can all remember that, all right? 3 days after the greatest day of the world, St. Patrick's Day, and then you can go from there. So we'll leave that alone. We'll talk to you by then. So
all right, Renee, let's give you social media links. Talk about your book one more time as we go around. We got about 5 minutes left.
Okay, thank you again so much. Yeah, I am on Instagram under Reich Renee, at Reich Renee, and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Then in my link tree, definitely click on the link tree because that's going to give you a free chapter of my book, also a complimentary 10-step download to finding your voice, and also a complimentary 30-minute meet and greet with me as the very first link. The audiobook is up there as well. So there's so many things on there. So please go to the link tree and click on that. I really want to connect with you. There are so many people out there, as I said, who are hurting. And for me to get my voice back, there was a greater purpose other than me, something much greater than me. And that's to share my voice with those needing to find theirs, because it takes a leader, and I am a leader, to serve others in that journey of helping them find and discover their voice, to release the limiting beliefs, let go of the things that are suffocating them and holding them back, and to find that courage and confidence to be the leader and CEO of their own life. And this is my journey, and this is my passion and my mission, to serve others around this world and truly help them in that journey of finding their voice and what that means to them. So here's the book. I encourage you to go out and get it. It's a very short, powerful read. In it really, really quickly. I encourage the book because I have takeaways. I don't know if you can see it. They're like 3 to 4 line pages. After each chapter, I pose a question to the reader. This becomes an evergreen tool for you to discover your journey and to see how far you've really come in the process of finding your voice, because we never give ourselves enough credit in that process. So you will see and go back to that every single week and month and see how far you're coming in your journey. And thank you so much for allowing me to share my voice on your platform. Brian and ladies, thank you so much. Let's connect and stay connected. This is the journey we're all on.
Lynn, social media link, show your book.
Okay, Bipolar to Beloved, at Lynn Eldridge Official. My website is lynneldridge.com. You can download a free chapter. I've got a course on there you can buy that will help you get freedom from yourself if you're suffering with depression and anxiety and other disorders. So I'd love to connect with you as well. It's been a real pleasure being on this show. Thank you so much. It's nice meeting y'all.
Sunny Brown, go for it.
Well, I'm Sunny Brown, and I'm on my socials. It's at It's Really Sunny. Like, it's really funny. It's really funny. And then my website is itsreallysunny.com. And you can go there, and at my website, you can find my YouTube, my Facebook, everything. And if you need a laugh, my comedy videos that I love to make to add a little laughter to your day. If you need a laugh, go check that out. And also the news feed there will tell you things, that I have coming up, and links to my columns. And hopefully we can connect, and I'll be entertaining you and where you are sometime in the near future. And I'd love to meet you in real life. So thank you. I'm thrilled to be
check out Sunny's cooking video. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make sure to check out Sunny's cooking video.
Yes, my cooking. You have no fear, no worries about me taking over in kitchen comedy, I would say. Yes.
Love it.
But I'm thrilled to
all right, we lost Brian.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Brian, go. Yep.
And I look forward to connecting with all of you.
Just us ladies.
All right. Well, I'm Rachel Roberts Recipes. You can find me, Rachel Roberts Recipes, on all social media, Facebook, Instagram. I've got a website too, www.rachelrobertsrecipes. Don't go on there very much, so but it's out there. And I do TikTok, which is, I know it's silly, but it's fun. So Terry, what about you? Tell us all your stuff.
Oh, well, you can find me. My socials are Terry Marie Nonstop on all platforms. I also do TikTok. My TikToks are silly dance videos of like 80s rock. I mean, because that's my silly side. And then my website is terrymariaofficial.com, where I've got my red carpet hosting on there. I've got fitness stuff on there. And I'll be having a marketplace on there very soon. And then if you want to find the NFTs, they will be on openseas.com. That's really the premier place to buy NFTs. And the collection is Nonstop Conspiracy Farm.
Terry, I want to see more of the dancing videos. Where do I go to find more of that?
That's on TikTok. Those are on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
all right.
I think we get Claire's social media, and then I think we got everybody.
Yeah. So again, thank you, ladies. Lovely to connect with you all, and thank you for everything that you do, because we need more people just like this. So yeah, Clare Cunningham, ClareCunninghammusic.com. is where you can get all the links to everything. And then it's just at Clare C Official for all the handles on Instagram and Facebook and all the things. And I think there is another Clare Cunningham somewhere in the world, but she's a triathlon, or I love my fitness too. So that's not me. But yeah, Clare Cunningham music.com. So yeah.
So is that Brian coming back on?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Brian, are you there? I think he's frozen. Well, okay, well, can you hear us?
I think Brian's in the Matrix.
Yeah, he's in the Matrix. Well, I guess, I'll close out the show. I guess it was great having everybody here today. And I think Brian says if you see somebody smile at them to make sure
Share the
something
smile.
like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
share the smile. You got
So Brian's still the Matrix.
Great
Thank you, everybody, for a great show.
Thank y'all. It was so
Thank
nice.
you so much.
Did everybody get the sign on?
Or we could keep talking.
It says we're still live, so let's go connect.